Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode. So we're going to start today's episode out here at our oil gathering facility, I guess you would call it. Mainly because I'm going to be setting up a power plant, a generator, a power fuel generator power plant thing, as you can see on the right hand side there. Did a bit of calculations, and we can get out of one of these we can get 4 refineries and 12 generators. So this is one just here. I'm gonna break this thing up. Now we can get 12 generators. I'm not sure how exactly I want to do it, so then it still looks pretty alright. I'm thinking though, if we go something like not a truck, maybe oil refinery, and then we spin that around as well, but we do a one. Are you gonna go into the same line? Oh no, you're suddenly, or like all of a sudden just 20 times bigger. Well, I'm just gonna kind of do something like this anyway for the moment. Let's put another one there, and I guess another one there. And as you can see here, we switch you to fuel, you to fuel, you to fuel, and you to fuel as well. So that's 60, 120, and then 120 times 2 is 240. And would you look at this? It's exactly how much crude oil this produces. So we can do 4 of these, and then each of these will be able to produce, which is 37.5, but that's alright, that's fine. And then for the what do we need? Fuel generators, that's the one. Oh my god, these things are massive. And then for each of these we should be able to get 3 per what are they called? Generators? No, refineries. So we can get 3 generators per refinery, so that gives us 12, which should give us I think it's like 150 each. 150 times 12 I think is like 340 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, it goes through 18, it will produce 1800 megawatts of power just for this thing, which is what we are making at the base, and I'm contemplating doubling that, but we first need to get this up and running. And then because we have 4 nodes, I missed one just over there, it's sitting just there. That means we'll have 2 going back to our base, and this does overproduce a tad bit with fuel, so we can bring some of it back just to fill up our trucks and things. But we are increasingly running out of power. I'm not sure if it's not even plugged in, and it's really bad back at the base at the moment, especially to craft all this stuff. Everything's kind of turned back on and we're constantly losing power. I've had to unplug like half the factory, so that's not fun. But with this, that should leave us with 3600 megawatts of power, which should cover us for the next while. So I'm going to get to work on this little thing here. I'm probably going to go back to the base and grab some concrete just so it's easy to build, and now that I kind of have a size of what we're going to need, I might expand it out into the ocean a little bit. I'm not sure, maybe back onto that island because it's not really anything there, and then also potentially over this way as well. So I'm going to see you guys in quite a few hours, I would imagine. So yeah, I'll be back. Alrighty guys, we have done some work, as you can see over there. Some more things are moving and grooving. Yeah, this is what we done here. Nothing too crazy. I mean, as far as like what I said I was gonna do, it's basically just 3 generators coming off each of these refiners, so things like that. All we have left to do though is just plug it in, really. I feel like this might crash our system. Well, no, right now we're only using 300. Actually, we should hopefully be fine. I don't think all of this is going to use that much. But I can indeed switch that back to there, if I'm not mistaken. You're only 240, yeah. And you do the 270. That's what I thought. Cool. And then all of this should be being pumped into here. We do 8 per, so it should go up to 16. Hopefully. Did not quite make it. Or maybe it's just like the first couple of runs, because now it's going to be over. So that should be fine now, I would imagine. 12, so we'll have a look at that in a second, and that there should be back up to 12. Boom. Yep, cool. So we have them running perfectly, and then everything just comes along here. As you can see, they are running a little bit over their production rate, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to steal a little bit of this, one of those, and just send it over to our what's it called, over to our truck stations over there, just so that they can be filled up. And that's not going to, once it's full, it's not going to take much at all to do that. So I'm probably just going to disconnect some of these generators just for the moment, and then let those fill up and things, because yeah, this burn time is 5 seconds, so it should be getting more very much soon. And we are pumping up on our capacities and things, which is awesome, because we need a ton, just an absolute crap ton. Yeah, see, we got so much fuel coming in here. I think we're about to get another one as well. Yeah, another 2. So yeah, we can definitely steal some off here. I'm probably going to load up the thing manually, maybe, if I can, and then maybe just manually load up these or something, so then they're backed up and just secure for the moment and things. This should be everything up and running now. Maybe just this furthest ones. They're not smoking yet, so I'm thinking maybe that they're only just... Oh, they're going good. Nice. So we got 3,600, and before we had 2,800? No, 2,600 as well, maybe? No, we had 3,200, no, 2,200 before. I don't even remember anymore. But now, we have 3,600 megawatts. So I always have the opportunity to double this as well, because if I come over to here, and if I ramp this all the way up to 200%, I believe it should go to half of that 123.60. Yeah, it should go to 480 if I'm not mistaken. So then we can just double this, because we're doing this again. So that's probably what I'm going to do soon enough, once I get computers and refining things, because these where are they? Nope, in power. Yeah, these guys take 5 computers each and 10 heavy modular frames, so that was not very fun to manually craft, but at least now we have it done, and we can start upgrading our base a little bit with all this extra power headroom and things like that. We could steal some more of our coal from our other places and things. And then as far as this goes, I still need to tidy it up a bit and things. I was probably put like 1 row bays and things of like a road or style thing, but I just ran out of plates and things, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then all I'm going to do here is split this one here into 2, and then merge it into these ones as well, just because then they will be able to fill up the ton, and I should be able to park a big truck. Yeah, I should be able to park a truck in the middle of these 2, and it should load up from both. Hopefully, if not, we'll just chuck in 2. No big deal, really. So I think I'm just going to work on that, and I'll bring you guys back once we have that sorted. Alrighty guys, we are back. I have done a little bit of work, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to add that splitter that I said I was going to, chucked on that extra fuel line, just to come out this way, just because we are overproducing a tad just over that way. Yeah, so I just stole some of the fuel here to power up the trucks. I haven't really tied up these lines here. I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. I will eventually get there. And then, as I said here, I just split this one into 2 just to fill up both of these, and then the truck gets filled up and brings our stuff over. And then I just split this one line into 2 lines just to fill up this fuel. And it should be fine to keep going just as it is. Now, back at the base, we can work on a little bit more. I'll take that. I don't need you on me, so I can dump you, and then we can build ourselves a nice little vehicle. How much fuel do I have? 17. That should be enough to get us back to the base anyway. Yoink and yoink. Okay, so yeah, now that we have what is it, 240 times 3 would be 720. We have 720 oil being brought back to the base every minute, so that means we can essentially triple our factory and also steal probably a coal node, I would imagine, just to pump in some more iron production. No, not steel production, sorry, not iron production. But I don't think we'll do that this episode, and I'm not sure how much of the oil production things we will get done in this episode, because God, this has taken me quite a long time just to do this part. I know this video probably won't be very long, my apologies there, but sometimes there's like, I just had a lot of building to do and it was pretty grindy and pretty boring, so there's no real content really to show there. So I think with that done, we might just lay down some of the foundries for this next little area, lay down a little area, I suppose, that we can use, and kind of grid it up. For the next episode we can just jump straight in, place what we need to place, and have all of the oil being used essentially. Next episode as well, we will probably upgrade some of our lines around the base, so we can pump up some of that, our screw factory mainly, reduce a lot of that crap, which would be awesome. So we can bring over less stuff, which means we're gonna have less clutter, less things on lines, and hopefully less lag around the base. I'm not sure if it's gonna work like that, being it's still in the same line and still technically bringing the same amount of stuff through, but just being like a condensed graphic, I guess it'd probably make it worse, to be honest. I don't know, but I don't think there'll be much difference in there. But yeah, we're almost back at base, not too far to go now. I just kind of go off-road just here, just in the tractor and things that I drive, just because it's so much quicker. Well, not really, it's probably honestly about the same, as long as I don't stuff up there. Damn it, sometimes he makes it, sometimes it doesn't. And then we can swing it down and around, and then we should be able to plug in those extra iron nodes just over there on our left, and then bring those down and around to our steel factory as well. But our base is looking pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. So this is pretty much where we're at the oh, don't want to do that. At the moment, we have both of these I just kind of put in this bin here, but that over there already looks full, and this here is almost full in not that long amount of time either, so that's pretty cool. So we'll probably do like 2 being used for plastic, 1 being used for rubber, I would imagine. Not 100% on that, but yeah, we should be able to extend this at least another tier. This is kind of just like my scrap work at the end here, because I ran out of concrete when I was building this, but it will eventually look a lot nicer. And we can cut down these trees as well, but yeah, we'll get there. It's just some little fine tuning there. But what I was thinking of doing is essentially just extending this over probably the same distance that way, and then I was contemplating building it up there as well, so knocking out this line of coal generators, which will take us down a little bit in the power situation, but I think it should be fine. Maybe I won't do that just yet until we're ready to use it for the steel. So I think it would still be fine, but I'd rather not do it just in case. And then here's the other tractor coming in as well, so we could, yeah, essentially my idea is to extend this whole base, maybe we might be able to work this way and that way a little bit and go under, but I don't know about how much interference this land and stuff will give us, but we'll see. If not, we'll just extend it out that way. There's no real reason not to, really, being that this is kind of just nothing. It'd be kind of cool to just have our power plant kind of a little bit further away from everything else as well, and then we can use that whole top area there for future production lines, which would be awesome. Because we will eventually knock out these coal generators and just not worry about those and use all of it for steel production, so that would be sweet. But I think I'm going to stop mumbling now. I think I might just wrap up the episode there, guys. As I said before, sorry it's not quite as long as all the other ones, but it's, yeah, I just had a lot of building and things to do. But if you have enjoyed this episode at any point in time, please do like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to be notified for all and future uploads. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.